Welcome to Wrestler of the Week, week number 3 for 2025. It pretty much works like this. If you are a professional wrestler and you made the most impact over the last 7 days, you will be named Wrestler of the Week. Every week, points will be tabulated, and whoever has the most points at the end of the calendar year will be named Male and Female Wrestler of the Year. This was an amazingly busy week, not only with Saturday night's main event and our normally weekly doses of WWE, NXT, AEW, and TNA, but we also got some developments from Marigold, NWA, Stardom, and many more, so let's just get into it. First, the men and some honorable mentions. Effie from GCW would defeat Connor Mills to retain his GCW World title at BCW. GCW Enter the Zone. Mike Santana would defeat Kenta to retain his Hog Heavyweight title at Hog Final Warning. Damian Priest would make his SmackDown debut with a win over Carmelo Hayes. Seth freaking Rollins would win a major Monday Night Raw main event match against Drew McIntyre. Lexis King would defend his NXT Heritage Cup via nefarious means against Charlie Dempsey. Samoa Joe would win his AEW return match against Nick Cage at AEW Collision. Matt Cardona would make his big return at TNA Impact in a loss to Joe Hendry after challenging for the TNA World title. The Don, Tony D'Angelo, would successfully defend his NXT North American title against Ridge Holland on NXT. And finally, we have CM Punk for his absolutely scathing promo on Monday Night Raw that called out everyone from Roman Reigns to John Cena to Hulk Hogan. And the top 10 wrestlers of the week for the men are... Kicking off this week's list for the men are the participants for the WWE Undisputed title match between Champ, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens for their crazy interactions on both SmackDown and Saturday night's main event. Shout out to HBK, who can still hit sweet chin music with the best of them. Alright. I don't care how much shit I get, but I will keep calling Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega the Omega Powers 2.0, and they land on the list at number 9 for initiating that insane opening brawl against the Callis family on AEW Dynamite, one of the show's best ever opening segments. These guys are literal superheroes. Coming in at number 8 this week is the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, who at Saturday night's main event would absolutely crush the monster Braun Strowman, and I am terrified of this man. Fatu is the truth, and championship gold is in his future. The NXT Tag Team Champs Fraxium, Axiom, and Nathan Frazier continue to roll along as arguably the best tag team in the world after defending their titles against the Rascals on TNA Impact, and that gets them to number 7 this week. Debuting on Wrestler of the Week for 2025 at number 6 is the MLW World Middleweight Champ Mystico, who at MLW Reloaded 2025 would defend his title against Barbaro Cavernario. After Saturday night's main event at AEW Collision, Braun Breaker remains your WWE Intercontinental Champion after defeating Sheamus in a ridiculous banger of a match to defend his coveted title, while Konosuke Takeshita is still AEW International Champ after pushing back against Katsuyori Shibata, and that lands them both in the number 5 spot. At number 4 this week, we have new AEW World Tag Team Champs in the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, who pretty much crushed Private Party on AEW Dynamite to earn the AEW tag titles, and that entire division has been put on notice. The Ruler, the NXT World Champ Obafemi, lands on this list this week at number 3 for his title defense against Eddie Thorpe on this week's NXT as we march towards NXT Vengeance Day. The runner-up spot for week number 3 belongs to the new TNA World Heavyweight Champ Joe Hendry, who made a major impact on TNA Impact, defending his newly won title against a returning Matt Cardona in a massive main event. And the number 1 male wrestler of the week for week number 3 is the Ring General and WWE World Heavyweight Champ GUNTHER for his hard-fought victory and title retention against main event Jey Uso on Saturday night's main event. Let's see who will step up next, only to be chalked down. And to the women and some honorable mentions. Bozilla from Marigold would defeat her former tag team partner Tank in a loser leaves town match on the weekly Marigold show. Charlotte basically called her shot and entered herself into the Royal Rumble, instantly making her the favorite. Tessa Blanchard would make her return on TNA Impact with a scathing promo to declare that she is back. Izzy Dame would make a major impact on NXT, interfering in the NXT North American title match between Ridge Holland and champ Tony D'Angelo, helping the Dawn retain his title. Damage Control, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky would win a hard-fought match against the Pure Fusion Collective on Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And Jamie Hayter defeated Julia Hart on AEW Dynamite to tie their series at 1 win apiece. And here are the top 10 wrestlers of the week for the women. Kicking off the countdown for the women this week is Michin, who on WWE SmackDown would pin WWE United States Champ Chelsea Green in a tag match as her and B-Fab would defeat Green and Piper Niven, and I am sure that puts her back in line for a title shot. I need to give some flowers to my girl Harley Cameron from AEW, who every week seems to shine brighter and brighter. This week, her interactions with Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné were priceless, and that lands her at number 9. Mayu Amasaki, the current Future of Stardom champ, would push back and defend her title against Azua Inaba at the Stardom Award 2025 show, and that lands her at number 8 for the women. Coming in at number 7, we have the trio of Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, and Candice LeRae, who on SmackDown would win a major 6-woman tag against WWE Women's World Champ Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Naomi. Our feud for the AEW Women's title between champ the Epic Mariah May and Timeless Toni Storm lands us at number 6 this week, culminating in a great reveal from Timeless Toni on Collision as we move towards their match at AEW Grand Slam Australia. Kenzie Page, the NWA Women's Champ, lands on the list this week at number 5 for defending her title on the NWA JCP Southeast show against Audrey Allen. At number 4, we have a new TNA Digital Media Champion, Steph DeLander, who made her return on TNA Impact to reveal she got custody of the title after her divorce from PCO, who, yeah, that's a story in itself. At number 3, we got a major 4-way feud that is spilling all over WWE television and maybe even into TNA television between NXT Women's Champ Julia, Bayley, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade, who all found themselves making waves in different ways while feuding with each other. In the runner-up spot this week, we have the faction Neo Genesis from Stardom, Starlight Kid, AZM, Mei Sierra, Mayu Amazaki, and Suzu Suzuki, who would team up to defeat Empress Nexus Venus in a great 30-minute multi-fall match. And the female wrestler of the week is the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, who wound up on top like mommy always does after her hard-fought victory against Nia Jax to defend her WWE Women's World title at Saturday night's main event. Next week is the Royal Rumble and the start to the road to WrestleMania. And we also plan seats towards AEW Grand Slam Australia and NXT Vengeance Day. Also, what will this new partnership between WWE and TNA bring about? Only one way to find out. What did you guys think of my picks for Wrestler of the Week? Do you agree or disagree? Share your thoughts, leave your comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can get notifications as well. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care.